أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا محمدًا عبده ورسوله صلى الله تعالى عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم تسليمًا كثيرًا كثيرًا أما بعد فقد قال الله تعالى في كتابه الكريم والفرقان الحميد بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قد أفلح المؤمنون الذين هم في صلاتهم خاشعون وقال عليه الصلاة والسلام الدين النصيحة ونحن على ذلك لمن الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. My dear brothers and sisters, my dear respected elders, respected community members and those that will join us now and later online. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us again with a beautiful opportunity, which is another Muslim year. And this is a great opportunity, and we've been speaking about it to some detail and different perspectives on it, both in the different programs that we've had and also in the Jum'ah Khutbah. But something defines a person as being a successful person above and beyond others. And there's really two aspects to this. Number one is that a person takes an opportunity at the right time. You jump on that opportunity at the right time and you do not delay, right? You don't hold back. When the time comes, as they say, to hit the iron while it's hot, to put the nail in its place when it is its time. Most of us, if we look at history, at most times, people jump in when they see a huge mass of people rushing towards something. Everybody wants to check, oh, what is this? What's going on? Okay, let me go there. Right? We have this psychology in us. And this psychology of, human beings comes even in the world of financial opportunities, right? That most of the great financial opportunities are taken by a group of people who are called the early adopters. They go on to this thing before everybody else, right? Before everybody else knew about it, wanted to know about it. Because one thing is knowing about it, the other thing is to want to know about it. Before everybody else wanted to know about it, these people knew about it. And they wanted to know about it. And they were searching and they found that thing and they adopted it or bought it at a time when it was relatively, because when there's not many people who are in demand for it, obviously, as we know, supply and demand are forces that are out there. So when there's not much demand for something and there's a lot of supply of something, right, there's a good opportunity for someone. But to have the psychology of seeing that and not relying on someone tapping you on the back and saying, good on you. Some years ago, I was working at a Muslim school, and, mashallah, Muslim schools are a great thing. And I recommend, if you've never really seen one, to really go and see the mechanics of these, institutions. They're interesting mechanics that they do have, mashallah, and mechanisms. And I was there, and, as is common, you have an award ceremony. And that particular night, we were honoring those students that, mashallah, were exceptional in their, sports, in their academics, in their behavior. And, so we were, awarding them with opportunities and, certificates and different things. So I was asked to give a talk, and I gave a talk that was, quite different to everybody else. And I said that, my experience is, you've got to do something, whether at the end there's going to be a group of people clapping for you or not. That's what it means to take an opportunity. A lot of us think back to the time of the Prophet ﷺ and we're like, wow, I wish I was there. I wish I was there. I wish I was, 14 centuries ago, I was there. I was in the middle of the hustle and the bustle. We would love to have been in the room when those great conversations that are now recorded in our books as hadith were spoken, when they were first spoken, right? We wanted to be there. We want to, we think back and we read about the stories of the people of the past and we're like, man, you know what? If I was alive at that time, I'd be there. I'd go there. Right? Like Waraq ibn Nawfal, he tells the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam when the beloved Prophet went to him and he first received revelation. And Waraq ibn Nawfal was a person who was, until that time, following the religion of Isa, Jesus. Right, he was following his religion and he was, to its pure form, right? And he was researching about Musa alayhi salam, about Moses, and he was researching about Dawood, David, and Sulaiman, Solomon. He was researching about, the prophets of the past. And he was, going through and he told the Prophet, but he reached a very old age at that time. And in fact, shortly after that meeting with the Prophet, he passes away. And he tells the Prophet something that I think all of us need to hold on to. And he tells him that, O Prophet, he said, O Prophet of Allah, he said that, when I wish I was younger, he wishes to be younger. If I could have more strength to support you, because your people are going to go against you. So I wish to support you, at that time. I wish I had, been a bit younger. And that's something that a lot of us, when we have that opportunity to go and do something, to take the right step. Right, and mashallah, as Muslims, as we know, we have seasonal opportunities as well. There's daily opportunities, which is, mashallah, the timings of the 5 prayers that are determined by the movements of the heavens. They're not determined by us. Right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has attached these prayers to the movements of the heavens. Right? right? That one prayer stops at sunrise, another prayer comes in at sunset. That when the sun is at its highest point, just after that, and it starts moving, then the dhuhr prayer is prayed, right? When the shadow reaches a maximum of one length or two lengths of an object, then there is the asr time. It is linked to things that you and me are not in charge of. They're linked to other things. And so that shows you that there's opportunities. Ramadan comes, Ramadan goes. Right? As much as you want Ramadan to be there, it comes and it goes. The Eid comes and the Eid goes. You can't do Hajj the whole year, even if you live in Mecca. You can't do Hajj, even if you know where Mina is and you know where Arafat is. You can't go there you can go there every day, but it's not considered to be a Hajj. There's certain times and certain opportunities. It's either now or you're going to lose out on the opportunities. Part of the reason why we go to school and they teach you due dates for assignments is to teach you there's going to be a time that, you know what, you're running a business. If you don't put this application in or do this thing by Sunday at 11:59 p.m., you've lost it, right? There's a certain time when these things come. And so in the very same fashion, if we learn to train our psychology to adopt the opportunity at the right time. So one thing is, if we want to be successful, to take the opportunity. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us many, many times in the Quran that in different ways, in different forms, make tawbah. Ask Allah for forgiveness, right? Ask Allah for His rahmah. Allah is there with you. وَنَحْنُ أَقْرَبُ إِلَيْهِ مِنْكُم مِّنْ حَبْلِ الْوَرِيدِ. If you're going to ask, know and understand that we're closer to you than your jugular vein. That's the beauty of, mashallah, calling out. And the second thing which is important, once you've taken that opportunity, is to work really, really hard. Is to work harder than anybody else is doing in that opportunity. Because once you're on it, a lot of people sit on the opportunity and they don't take advantage of it. You know, they're just passengers, you know what we call them, وَالَّذِينَ يَمُرُّونَ. You know, they're just there as, you know, you got a movie, you have the main actors, and then you have the people in the background that, you know, they're just there. They're just, you know, they've been hired as, you know, people that just stand there, and the rate of pay is considerably different. It's like night and day difference because they're just there just to fill up the background, but the main person is someone else. He's the one that's taken the opportunity. So we need to be people that we work hard, and also the work is different. They don't have to memorize lines. There's something in valuing your time, in working hard. So once you've taken the opportunity to be people of mujahada and to make the time for it. You know, a lot of people say, I don't have the time. I don't have the time. If something's important to you, you will make the time. You will make the time. If we have neurosurgeons in our community who have long surgeries of 10, 11 hours, you know, who have a long period of time, and they still make time for the ordinances that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made compulsory on them, right? If we have, you know, people in our community who are extremely busy. You know, someone asked me one time, you know, I think many, many years ago when Uber first came out, you know, and in fact, subhanAllah, they didn't actually ask me directly, but they asked a Sheikh, a person who's very close to me, and, you know, they asked the Sheikh, you know, I'm driving Uber, so I'm not going to have time during the day to pray. Can I just pray in my car? He goes, you got no time? I said, no time at all. It's go, go, go. So for that prayer, I'm gonna miss it because, you know, I'm in the car and I'm just driving all the time, you know. And then he asked him, he goes, what do you do for lunch? It means you don't even stop for lunch? He goes, no, I stop, but I have a full hour for my lunch and then I get back in my car. So he goes, you have a full hour for your lunch, but you're not willing to stop and pray for even 5 minutes. Shows you where your value is. What do you value? You know, where's your concept of valuing something? If something's important to you, in this case, lunch, if something's important to you, you will make an effort to make time for it. For family. You know, even if it's quality over quantity, you make that effort. So one is to take the opportunity, and second is to work hard. Once you've taken that opportunity, to work hard and really make the best of it. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us the understanding, make us all people who are people who take the opportunity and work hard. فأقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروا إنه هو الغفور.